Hey everyone, we are back in Silent Falls for the third session of our run of 2 summers. First proper session after two back-to-back session zeros. My name is Donna. My pronouns are he/him. I am running the game. Let's get quick introductions from our players and their characters in character keeper order.
All right, that means me on the left. Hi, I'm Kay. I use she and they pronouns, and I will be playing Jeremiah Briarwood Barnes. He, him pronouns, our community's athlete.
Hello, I'm Mental. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be playing Remy Pascal, who also uses he, him pronouns, the earnest, helpful, and apparently oblivious uh, fellow.
I'm Mads, they, them. I'm playing the responsible older brother type, Terry Delling, he, him, and yeah, just finding out what Terry's all about. Yeah.
Hi, I am Mark. I use he, him pronouns. I am playing Kira Holwell. She, her pronouns. Kira is the bad seed and comes from a family um, with some kind of long-standing issues in the community.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to follow the advice in the book, which says let's get an easy introduction to our characters. Um, we're going to start in the adult timeline um, because I think we know a little bit less about the adults than we do the kids. So I guess what I'd like to do is get a kind of a quick introduction, maybe even a montage of what your character is up to when we first see them. I guess get a sense of their lives, get a sense of maybe if they're living in Silent Falls right now, what's that like? If they're returning to Silent Falls for the season, what's that like? And so on, whatever strikes you as a good intro that shows us their concerns, their traits, and that kind of stuff. If you want to turn it into a scene, we can do that maybe in the next round after we get those quick introductions. And let's keep with our character keeper order if that's all right. So, Kay, how do we
Yes.
get introduced to Jeremiah?
Yeah, so I think we get introduced to Jeremiah pulling up in a classic car. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna a Camaro. We're gonna say a Camaro, and he's pulling up to the Montanera Resort, where he is planning to stay for at least a couple weeks. He's been debating about buying a place again. He's not entirely sure what he's doing. So he may look around some of the realtor stuff in town, but for now, he is staying at the resort. I can imagine he'd pull up to the valet, uh, and he'd tip the guy $20 and say, "Hey, do you mind if I actually park it myself?" I imagine the guy would oblige for $20. Uh, and he would park his car far away from everyone else, even if it meant he had a long walk back to the actual doors, and make his way in and sort of take a deep breath and look around. It's been a while since he's been here.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Do we get a sense that, like glasses on, maybe baseball cap, kind of covering
Yeah,
his face? Is he trying to go
baseball cap, but
incognito?
not for his own team because that
Okay,
would be
yeah,
stupid. Uh, in fact, it's actually not a baseball cap. It's a hockey cap. It's a
okay.
Philadelphia Flyers cap. And he's got yeah, some large sunglasses, and he's wearing just like some rather loose fitting plain clothes that if you were to like look at the tag, they'd be like theory and things like that that cost a ridiculous amount of money for a plain t-shirt.
And are you using a different name? How
I
far are
think
you going?
I don't think he's using a different name with like the staff or anything like that. He just doesn't want to get mobbed.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
not like like he's no Brad Pitt or anything like that. And
Sure.
but he doesn't want people coming up to him and being like, "Oh my God, this is together." It's one thing if he goes up to the receptionist and he's gonna look to check in. And she's like, oh my God, you. And he could sign an autograph for her. It's another thing to walk outside. And if a bunch of people see you, they come at you.
Sure thing. Okay, fantastic.
He's
Men Yeah. Mendel, how about Remy? How do we get introduced to him?
Like, just one sec. I have forgotten one important detail. Um, this we're adults in the 2010s or the 2020s.
2020s. So I've penciled in
Okay.
like 2021. So
Okay. No, that is feasible for okay. Sorry. That was a detail I was going to throw in, but it depends on cell phones being a certain capability. So all right, so I think we're gonna first see Remy as he's at the front of a class that has just exited out and is telling a student that who's clearly holding his phone in there that you were watching a movie during the entire class. I'm going to have to write you up. And he just brushes off, goes, yeah, write me up again, whatever, and walks out of the class. And then I think we jump to what turns out to be Anne Huang's house, and Remy is kind of navigating her in the wheelchair to the dining room for dinner. And it's houses are not really well designed for wheelchairs, so it's the matter of navigating the narrow but not quite impossible doorways in between the rooms to get her there without jostling too much. And then we'll sort of jump cut to Remy on the bed in his room in Anne's house, doing grading, and like sort of you know clearly with like half of his clothes still in a suitcase that's open on like a shelf nearby the bed. Um, and then his phone starts to ring. Um, and I think that we can we see a flash cut on the phone uh saying mom, and then probably some I imagine a few characters that would imply a curse word, and then Mary just continues to do grading.
okay, amazing. Do we? It's a missed call or a message? It's a message, right? If there's kind of
Oh,
sorry,
it's an
yeah.
active call that he is ignoring. He's
Ah,
not
okay.
even just he's not even disconnecting. He's letting it ring and ignoring it.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Hmm.
What is Remy's ringtone?
Hmm? Oh, you know what? I feel like he hasn't changed. It's the default
It's
ringtone.
the factory setting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, right. It's yes. He does not have the time or interest in making distinct ringtones.
Mhm.
There's no good answer for who rings on your phone when you're in school.
Yeah, yeah.
So, mhm.
Great stuff. Mads, how about Terry?
I think we see Terry like already out and about. In fact, I think he's in a parking lot. He's in the parking lot of the Dripping Dagger. I mean, it's daylight, still daylight, but he's not going in. He's just kind of like looking out at the Dripping Dagger and just kind of sitting in his car, or sitting in a car, a rental car, and he's just looking at the facade. It probably hasn't changed much, I guess. Since
Yeah, I mean, worn down even more by
yeah,
lack of attention.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, like, he's he's talking with somebody on the phone, like, while he's sitting in the car, and just kind of like drumming his free hand on, the wheel, and just kind of like, yeah, yeah. I mean, we have this gig set up, right? I mean, like, it's it's not the reunion, it's the what is it? The homage tour, right? I mean, that's what it is. I mean, like, they're just kind of like, making their way back to their old digs. Yeah. No, absolutely. No, no, I haven't looked at the old spot. No, why would I do that? Come on. She passed away. She passed away like five 5 years ago. Why the No, no. Look, I'm here for business, all right? That's it. I don't No, I'm not. Can we drop it? Yeah, we're gonna drop it. We're gonna drop it right now. And then he like he hangs up on whomever he's talking to, and just contemplates the dripping dagger, and drums his fingers on the wheel some more.
What does Terry do with the phone after that call? Is it like throw it in the seat beside you with disgust, or is it just make some other do something else, or what is his state of
He
mind?
he kind of like just holds it in his one hand, and then he kind of like looks, and then he's like scrolling through his contact list, and like maybe the camera sees, like, he's looking at some old names, and he's kind of like has his thumb hovering over some old names, but he's not dialing any of them, at least not yet. But yeah,
I mean,
he's just
it's Jeremiah, right? Is that what we're all thinking?
maybe,
Maybe.
but
Okay.
yeah, he just kind of continues to scroll.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Kira. Sorry, Mark. How about Kira? What do we see of her?
So the scene is in the offices of the Silent Falls Examiner, which is basically like a storefront now. Um, it's piled with old newspapers. It has a an older kind of Mac monitor all in one. That's the main computer that Kira uses. So I think that Kira is updating the website with a news story about something that's happening. Did we establish like some kind of event that's taking place here in town that I'm thinking of? Am I misremembering this?
Um, I mean, I think the only one that we mentioned previously was the prospect of redevelopment in the library. I'm not sure if
Oh,
that is
right.
something.
Yes, of course. Yeah, that's worth talking about. So it's a story, an interview with Anne, if she's still Anne is still at the library, right? Okay. And talking to her about the value of the library and so forth. Um, and uh, next to the work that Kira is doing on the table, there is an open letter. It is a cease and desist order from the attorney for Jenny Montero and the Montero clan. Um, ask or telling them to no longer write any stories about the Montero family or the Silent Falls Examiner, and Kara herself will be sued. Um, and I think that she gets a phone call from her husband, Ed North, who is a real estate agent. And Eddie says, did you get a call from the school? And she says, no, what's going on? And Eddie says, it sounds like Evan was kicked out of class. It sounds like he's gonna face a 3-day suspension. I don't know. He is having this ongoing problem with some of the other kids there this year, and uh, I don't I don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, he's too old to send to military school, I guess, he says, half joking. But it sounds like he's having a problem with I can't remember who's the kid that Steven played early in. Was that Charlie Barnes?
No, that. Ooh.
Uh, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm just a hop away from the that character keeper, Jack Briarwood, right?
Oh, Jack. Oh shit.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, anyway, he's been having problems with this Jack Briarwood kid, but can he hang out with you at the paper office, at the newspaper office when I'm out showing? And she says, "Sure." And there's kind of a a glassy look to her eyes. Um, and she says, "All right, well, I'll see you back at the house." And she hangs up the phone, sighs, and goes back to trying to adjust a an image size on the website that she's working on.
I guess we'll find out later whether Eddie works with Jenny Montero or not, right? Are they rivals or co-workers?
You gotta have at least two, right? Real estate agents and
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Silent Falls.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's uglier if she works with Jenny. Oh, that's uglier, I think. Yeah,
It's a
that's
different kind of drama. Okay, amazing. Um, yeah. So I like that plenty of seeds planted. Um, I think we should jump into the start of a teen adventure. And I wonder if, if you are um, uh, editing this in the TV show, the camera pans back over to the picture of the library, which is obviously in the newspaper article with the interview, and then it like zooms in, and then we like zoom out, and it's now we're slightly back in time because it looks the same, maybe a fresh paint and coat of paint, and yeah, we're in the heady days of 1999 in Silent Falls. Um, who do we think is going to the library right now? Plenty of people have connections. I mean, Remy could obviously be there. Kira
Mhm.
with her connection with Dot, um, probably are the two most likely suspects, but really it could be anyone.
I mean, I could be going to check to see if the door is still locked. And then, while surreptitiously while I'm studying, as it were. Mhm.
So you mean Remy is inside and checking that he hasn't been locked in the library?
Oh, well, so remember he had a stash of something from the rich girls
Yes, yes,
that
yeah.
he was keeping safe, and he put it in a storeroom in the library that's never locked, and now it's locked.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, let's start with that. Um, so what do you do when you find this door locked?
So, is this the first time I'm finding it locked, or I'm still finding it locked?
You tell
I
me.
could
You
see.
tell me.
Okay, yeah. I like the idea that that I'm supposed to deliver this thing, and I'm checking the door, or I'm just going to the storeroom after people clear out of that one little room, like
Hmm.
since the library is like clearly like a mansion that was converted to a library, the best kind. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
and and uh, and yeah, and I'm just trying to quietly open the door, and it doesn't click open. It stops. The doorknob literally just will not move.
Hmm.
And I shake it a bit. I shake it a bit some more, and then I hear some noise coming from the room, and then I sit back down, and I uh am probably sweating quite a bit for someone who's studying in a not in the direct sun, as it were.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
So what do you think? Do we think Kira is making that noise, or do you think it could be Jeremiah or Terry?
The noise is someone coming into the library. Is that
or
what you're
Or
or
saying?
coming down
coming
the
into that
corridor?
room of the
Yeah,
library.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wait,
Mhm.
the room that you're in.
Yeah.
Perfect. I think that Kira walks in. She's got her backpack. She's wearing a jumper. Um, and she says, "Remy, how's it going?"
Uh, yeah, everything's okay. How are you doing?
Uh, fine. Hey, and then she pulls from her jumper a Coke, a bottle of Coke, and sets it down, and some Twinkies that she pulls out of the jumper as well. She seems to have probably gotten them nefariously, and now she's sharing with Remy, which is important.
Right. I I mean, Remy will not. Yeah. I don't think I have expressed any notion that they could have been acquired surreptitiously. So.
Awesome.
Hmm.
And I think she mentions like some specific kind of issue regarding the like one of their um some strong point of their debate platform,
Hmm.
and says, I was looking to see actually on the computer to see if I could find anything else about this. What are you up to?
Oh, I was just catching up on some math homework, but we definitely should start planning if there's figuring out if there's any new okay. How much detail do we want to get into policy debate?
Yeah. You'll lose me right away, Mendel.
Okay. Um, right. Um, okay. So, after, okay. So, I think that we can definitely, hunt for some more evidence for that disadvantage that you were working
Yeah,
on.
perfect.
Um, you know, I feel like we should at least define what the resolution is for this year's policy debate.
Yeah,
Like what the policy topic is. Um,
absolutely.
So
um,
so can I ask,
yes.
Mendel, is Remy nervous, still sweating, looking over at that locked door? Is it obvious to Kira's finely tuned criminal senses that there's
Oh,
something else going
absolutely.
on?
Yes, yes. Right. Yeah. I'm doing my. the only thing that is distracting me is not that I'm putting up a good show. It's that I am genuinely want to figure out these things with Kira so that we do a good job. So I'm being distracted by the task at hand. I am, whenever like there's a lull, my attention is immediately drawn to that door. So,
Yeah. So Kira looks over there at the door and then she looks at you and she says, "What's back there that you're so interested in?"
oh, it's um, you know, it that room hasn't been locked like for a while, and now it's suddenly locked. I'm just wondering why.
Hmm. And she walks over and tries the door. Yeah, that's weird. Should, should we ask Anne if we could have the keys?
Um, I mean, I guess we could. Um, yeah, I was just curious.
You just want to see what's back there.
I wondered why it was locked.
Okay. So yeah.
So yeah, let's talk a little bit about mechanics, just to show you what you're up against. So there's no dice in this game. The currency is tokens. Um, so the difficulty of any action is starts at one if it's actually challenging, right? Um, we'll add one to that if there's active opposition, if you're not well prepared or equipped, if your kind of opponent is more powerful or more numerous than you, if there's unfavorable narrative circumstances, which is a wonderful catch-all, or if it requires a long time, right? So I guess it could go up to six, if it's Mission Impossible. To work against that, you put as many assets as you can, which is basically traits or an advantage narrative circumstance, which could be the help from another PC or an NPC or whatever. And then you can make up the shortfall either with tokens or with a complication. So if you're willing to take I don't know, a laser guided missile from your kind GM, you can say, well, sure.
What kind of hellish devil's bargain is that?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, it could just be embarrassment, but that's much more powerful for the teens. Um, so that's what you're up against, right? I think a mysteriously locked library door is difficulty two. Um, uh, no, maybe it's three because you are not really well prepared or equipped for this either.
No.
So difficulty three.
Okay.
So it's up to you, like how you want to bridge that gap. No one has any tokens yet, but we're in a scene where you are addressing the stash. So Mendel, you can mark a token for your adult because every time you address a concern for your character, the other version of your
Mm,
character gets the token.
got it.
Um,
Okay.
so fictionally or mechanically speaking, at least, it's advantageous to jump back and forth between timelines. Um, let's leave you both think about that for a moment, and then we
Okay.
can jump across to maybe Terry and Jeremiah. Uh, are you guys together, or about to meet, or at
What are
all
you
in the
feeling,
same
Mad?
location?
I mean, it depends on the time of day, right? I mean, like, we would, I guess we would be getting together more like at the Dripping Dagger, I would imagine, right?
Yeah. What time of day is it? I think is the question.
So, I mean, if the other two are in the library right now, I mean, you can say it's earlier than, so it's after school, maybe in the afternoon, if the library is still open. So you could have the same kind of time span, or you could say this a little bit later, or
It's
whatever makes
probably,
the most sense.
I
It's
mean, I think it would
probably later because
later.
I would be at practice if and running drills if it was around the same time that they're probably at the library.
Yeah, or like yeah, I'd be trying to get schoolwork done as fast as possible, so this way I can like go to my job, and yeah, try
Yeah,
So,
so
to.
I mean, you could be doing schoolwork on the bleachers at the baseball field, right? Have
I
your
don't
cake and
think I don't
eaters.
think I don't think Terry would be that obvious, to be
Oh no?
honest.
Okay.
No, I mean, like
that
honestly, I
would be
mean,
hell.
so I mean, you know, and if anything, I mean, like I think he would be home, like trying to work on his guitar, if that was the case. So I think, yeah, I mean, he'd probably, if we're gonna be in a scene together, probably like this is at the Dripping Dagger later, like as like
Like
Terry's
maybe
like,
early evening, like
yeah,
as the Dripping Dagger like hasn't gotten really started yet, but like
no,
setup and stuff is happening.
set up, definitely set up. So I mean,
Like maybe
like
like 8 p.m.
just so basically Terry's been set up to, all right, stack crap over here and like get the glasses set up for the bartender, stack all of the drink carts there, and anything that needs a runner to make sure everybody's stuff is in place. That's basically what he's been given to do, you know and assist the assistant bouncer or whatever. Like he's been given, and then you're obviously there because like you're related. So
Yeah, no, I think he's sitting at the bar. He's got like a Coke from like the soda fountain,
mhm,
and is actually doing his homework
mhm.
because he hasn't done it because he was at baseball practice until probably like an hour ago. And I think maybe does the Dripping Dagger serve food at all?
Um,
Fries,
Terrible
like
food, if I
yeah,
recall
like
correctly.
anything that's in the fryer, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Something
I
simple.
think yeah, there's some kind of mishmash combo platter of whatever was nearing its expiration date on a plate next to him uh, as he, takes a bite, starts to write an answer every now and then. He stops what he's doing and just watches as like Terry moves a box from one side to the other, predominantly focusing on his biceps, as you do.
I mean, like, yeah, he's got his sleeves rolled up and shit. So I mean,
Yep.
it is what it is, and he's working hard because, I mean, he's got all the crates to stack and everything. Um, yeah, because when they get moving, there's no place to move. I mean, like this place is full of bodies, and it's just hopping. So I mean, yeah, um, yeah, he knows his work, and he does it, and yeah, I mean, like occasionally, like he'll pass you by, and then like he'll give you that smile, and then like he'll go on doing what he's doing. Um, and
Yeah, I imagine there's been several passes and it's been a hot second. And he'll turn his head as you're about to like make back this way and he'll be like, "Hey, do you want a fry?"
yeah, yeah,
And he'll like pat the seat next to him and reach, push the plate towards you a little, reach over the counter and grab the soda gun. And then what is Terry's drink of choice?
probably like a Coke, just a
Yeah, just yeah, and
real
he'll
quick.
he'll like lean over, pull up a glass and the soda sprayer itself and pour you a Coke.
Are, are you sure you should do that? I mean, I don't want you to get in trouble. I don't
I
want to
don't
get in
think
trouble.
you're gonna get in trouble. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, it's the family's place, kind of.
All right.
They
And then like he just like sticks the fry in his mouth, and then just like chews real quick, and then just downs the Coke, like whatever you sprayed into the
can
glass real
have
quick,
more
so it's
than
not
one
obvious.
fry.
I mean, I gotta be ready to go in like a second, so just
No,
making
but
sure.
like everyone else is doing stuff. No one else is out here right now, and I get it. You got work to do, but also like you could take a second and sit. Like if they're gonna need you all night, they can't run you ragged this early. Yeah. Got to save some for the ninth inning.
Yeah. Well, they depend on me to just have everything ready. I think I think I've got everything out there.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
How's practice?
Oh, it was great. Times and speeds are faster than ever. Coach thinks things are looking really good. Just to keep on it. Although he wants me to like up my protein intake, and he like looks at like the plate of like fried garbage food.
I don't think that's what he meant. Just saying.
No, it's not. But like, yeah.
Do you, I mean, are you supposed to, I don't know, powders or whatever the hell? I mean, or
I think there's like,
chicken? Lots of chicken?
yeah, I think so.
Not that. Like whatever, like
Like
not like
chicken tenders,
nuggets or tenders or
nuggets,
whatever fake
tenders,
shit is
whatever.
on the
Like,
plate.
yeah, yeah, I should. And he kind of like a wry smile kind of comes over his face. He's like, yeah, you're probably right. Maybe I'll look into that later, but this is, easy and around and
You know, my aunt will make you stuff, right? I mean,
like,
come
yeah, no,
over.
I don't want to like ask your aunt for specific things. That'd just be like weird,
She,
like
I mean, you don't have to ask her. I can ask her for you. It's okay.
Hmm. I think he twiddles with his thumbs a little bit, looks away, and because yeah, it's uncomfortable. He's like, oh, I mean, if you wanted to, that wouldn't be in like, a little red like top of his ears because he's embarrassed. Like he doesn't have someone to ask about this. And
I mean, she loves to cook. I mean, it's fine. I mean, she only cooks for me and her. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice having you over.
okay, yeah, yeah, I don't know. I'll come over tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's good to have somebody else at the dinner table.
Are you after practice? Will you be home tomorrow, or are you going to be at one of the job? Like, when should I come around?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I got to do that study session with Remy, I think, and then yeah, I should be home. I yeah.
You
I
can do
want
it at
to.
the library.
Uh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'll hang out at the library, and then we can go back to your place together once you're done, like studying with Remy.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
We should probably stagger it though, that like we leave the library at separate times. We can just like meet up on the road.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll be back.
You don't mind, do you? I mean,
No, 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 no. There's some books that I've been looking at the library, and it's good to not be standing after practice. And he like smirks and like twirls probably in like the bar stool he's in.
okay. All right. Take care of that arm. I mean, gotta.
Golden arm, and he like lifts his arm up. So they say.
Yeah. And he kind of
Hey,
like reaches out to,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, he'll definitely like flex for you as you go to reach out. Oh my God, that kitty is so cute. Um, and yeah, flexes the arm and smiles a little toothier bunny teeth, kind of as you feel up his arm, and he kind of looks around, and everyone else is either like not here yet because it's too early, or perhaps they're in the back, and he'll lean forward and give you like a quick little like smooch, but like it's done so quickly, like their noses probably bump a bit, and because like the pullback, because he's trying to be so quick about it.
yeah, one of these days we'll get it right.
It's always right if it's with you. And he shoves a fry in his mouth because, oh my God, what did he just say?
It's fine. It's fine because it's with you.
Yeah, it's just us.
Yeah. And then he kind of like just does does a thing with where he brings his one hand like underneath your chin, and he'll just kind of like do like he'll rub your like lower lip with his thumb a little bit,
Yeah.
and then he'll smile at you, and then he'll go back to his work.
And like there's just a groan, and he like lays his head on the bar top for a second after you do that. Fucking tease with the teenage boys. And then he mumbles something and goes back to like doing his math homework, shoves not chicken nuggets into his mouth.
All breading. Yeah.
All breading.
Mystery nuggets. Yeah.
Mystery
Mystery
nuggets.
They don't even call them chicken nuggets on the menu, they're just called nuggets.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't make any claims, they cannot be sued, right?
No, absolutely not. It's probably what's even on the bag. It's nuggets. It's like
Yeah.
Nuggets.
Okay, amazing. You happy with that scene?
Yeah.
Okay. You should both mark tokens. Given
Make
that
the
under
adult
where?
side, right?
On the
you have a
outside.
scene where your relation, yeah, on the adult
Oh,
section. Under,
okay.
yeah.
Where does this go? Okay. Adults.
And I think it might be time for a first break. Okay. So I guess the question is, do we want to continue in our teen timeline or do you want to swap back to the adults? Do people have a preference?
Your choice. GM's choice.
Okay. So I guess this is an open question. If at the end of the scene you really feel like you want to swap, you just put swap in the chat or like let's go to the adult timeline and when we have a quorum of everyone who wants to swap, we'll swap. Um, and if you're being outvoted 3-1, just bow to the will of the majority. Okay, well let's continue with our teens for now because I think we have quite a lot that we need to get into with teens based on the key moments that people identified last week. A lot of those were teen based ones. So yeah. Um, so um, so we have the study slash dinner at Monica's date for tomorrow for Terry and Jeremiah. Um, we have Remy and Kira in the library right now doing prep uh, for crimes, misdemeanors, or debating. I'm not quite sure what. Um, and I guess there's a plan for all of everyone to be at the library tomorrow, right? Because I imagine that's not an unusual occurrence for Kira and Remy, but Terry and Jeremiah going to the library is uh, probably seems less likely to me. Do we want to stick with this night, or do we want to like go to tomorrow and cut to those kind of interim wishes?
I wouldn't mind sticking to this night, for at least one more scene.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So do you have an idea for Jeremiah? What is this practice? Is this something
No,
else?
so it's the same night. So I think part of the reason why he goes to Dripping Dagger for many reasons, but one of them is Lorraine is checking in tonight
Okay.
and see how work is doing, and he's planning to confront is not the word I want. He wants to talk to her.
Mhm.
And he'll wait until she's like done whatever she needs to do at the bar, and it's maybe like, does she drive a car, a motorcycle? What does she How does she get around?
I think she has a beat up Lincoln.
So I think he's
That's
gonna
probably 30 years old,
wait
but
until
is
she
not.
gets.
Sorry,
No, you go for it.
I was saying that is not well kept enough to be like classic or valuable, but is um, you don't have to look too hard to see the rust spots, you know.
So he hung out, he spent his night as he ate there, and then he kind of had to make himself a little bit more scarce because, like, adult working stuff was happening, and he is a teenager.
Mhm.
And he was hanging out in the back, waited, saw her go in. She came out, went back to her car, and after she's gotten in, he'll rasp on like the passenger window.
Yeah, and I think Lorraine is the kind of woman who never seems surprised by anything. And, it's almost like she was already leaning over to that side of the car to roll down the window or to open the door so that you could get in. Or at least that's, at 60, her reaction time cannot be that quick.
Hmm.
Which, I mean, I don't know.
And so, yeah, so she opens the door and he'll slide in. Can I come over tonight?
Well, you're sitting down, so I guess the answer is, can I stop you?
You could ask me not to.
No, it's okay. You're always welcome, Jeremiah. Always welcome.
I think there's some quiet on the drive, unless she initiates anything. At least at the beginning, he's kind of quiet.
So you're pensive, Jeremiah. You're planning your line of questioning, right?
And he'll pull from his backpack that's like between his legs and the well of the car, a set of forms. They uh they kind of want parent signatures for these kinds of things, for scholarship opportunities, and
Yeah, well,
so hoping maybe you could tell me. I mean, I know where to find drunk Jim, but
well,
maybe you could tell me.
I've seen enough official forms to know that it's always parent or guardian, so I can sign those for you, no problem.
And I think he's actually like taken aback by that. He's like, "You're gonna sign it?"
Who You change your diapers more times than anyone else.
I have no idea. I didn't have cognizance at that age, I think is what they call it. That's what they said in the psychology class. You don't remember things.
Hmm. Well, if you were paying attention or attending the debate team, you'd know what a rhetorical question is.
Oh, well, that stuff's just like for nerds anyway, and it's not useful. I don't have time for other after school activities. I have to be at practice or work out or, you know.
How's Terry? He seems nice.
Oh, I don't know. I guess I saw him tonight because he was working at the bar. He's okay, I guess. I don't, we got some classes together.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's a good kid.
You probably better for me.
We'll say this about the Dellings: they do not make the news in this town. Their name never appears in the newspaper, nor in nor at the rear of the supermarket when people are chatting or gossiping. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's every town needs a solid family who you know just get things done.
I guess.
Of
He like
course,
doesn't
he's a genius.
understand. Like he's what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he doesn't get it, but he's not gonna be rude to her or
Uh,
try not to be rude. Um, but yeah, so they were like they needed two signatures or whatever, unless you had like a no reason. So I thought, I don't know, maybe you'd tell me like who my mom is or whatever. But I guess you're gonna sign it, so
well, let's. I think you like pull up to the house. Like, what's the? I'm not sure we ever saw the Briarwood house in just about any game. I'm not sure. What
ooh.
do you think it's like? What's the vibe of this house?
It's definitely big and old. Like multiple generations of a family used to live here, like cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. in-law, like used to, but now the family is like kind of a much smaller congregation of itself, so a lot of it kind of goes unused, and is not maybe necessarily the most well taken care of, dusty, things like that. I think there's a wraparound porch that's actually fairly nice. I think Jeremiah put this summer Jeremiah put a coat of paint on it, uh, things like that to clean it up a little, trying to help out here or there because he tries to do things like that because rent, I don't know. And it's complicated. And yeah, so it's homey, but also despairingly old and empty.
Yeah. Um, so I think she brings you inside and maybe get you to put the kettle on and
Mhm.
you know, I think I imagine you have this very comfortable pattern in the house, that you've spent a lot of time here and
Yeah,
you
he
know what
probably
needs to
spends a
get done.
good at least 3 of his 7 nights a week here, if not more.
Yeah, yeah. And then, like, I don't know, 5 minutes have passed or whatever, and the tea has drawn and she's pouring a cup and she says, almost like no time has passed. I guess the question for you, Jeremiah, is what do you want out of this conversation? Do you want a signature on the form, or do you want to find out who your mother is?
Is it really that easy as me asking again? Because I can't count how many times this is. Actually, there were other papers actually shown me recently that looked kind of interesting. I don't know. Let me. I'm about to fucking throw a curveball. Let me know if this is okay. I was talking with Mr. Montanaro, and he's been asking about, having me stay there a couple times, and things like that, because he says, sleep's important, and having a dysregulated dysregulated schedule isn't great for when the scouts come. And so he said, if then he pulls out a set of papers, and it's a guardianship like of request.
You'll stay a night at that house over my dead body, Jeremiah Briarwood Barnes. And I think she grabs the forms and goes through and signs every one of them. She is scowling and not
Signed all
happy.
the baseball ones, not the ones that are like, hey, give guardianship to this.
Yeah, yeah. She signs
Yeah,
all of the one
the
that
scholarships. Yeah,
she would agree to. All the good forms, none of the
yeah,
Montiero forms.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean, is this a kind of a mood or reaction you've seen in her before, or is this something new?
100%. Um, when he was a freshman in high school and it really started popping off, Montanaro started showing up at the games, and he was in like, old equipment, like ratty stuff, like hand-me-downs, and like he'd come home sometimes and be like, oh yeah, Mr. Montanaro was at the game, and look, he got me this new bat and like this glove and like uh and he says that I'm representing the community, so I should have like the best of the best. Like, and he would have been like, 13, 14 at times, so we didn't really know entirely, but it's clear that like Montanaro wants him to succeed because that is good for his town, and if he's the mayor that produces this success and yada yada. And so he has now taken a vested interest and has probably shown up a time or two. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, but I will also leave this sort of your discretion. If he might have even shown up to Lorraine sometime when Jeremiah wasn't there and was like, how much you want for the kid? Like,
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Um, so are you happy with that scene where it's got
mhm,
okay.
I think so.
Yeah. How do you think Jeremiah leaves it, like when he goes off
Yeah,
and goes to bed, or how do they leave this?
he takes the signed papers and he says, people, you know, wouldn't be asking if we knew is all. And then he probably like, ma'am, and then, goes to the room that he frequently, stays in. He refuses to call it his room because
Hmm,
yeah, but that's basically his room. And we'll take the papers with him, leaving on the table the ones
okay,
from Montanaro.
okay, awesome. So you should take another token for your adult based on
Hmm.
addressing that concern head on. Um, if we're staying in that same night, do we want to see Remy and Kira, or what do we think? Do we want to mix up the groups a little bit? Do we want to see Terry meet up with either of the other two?
I was thinking about doing a counterpoint to that particular scene with Jeremiah and with Terry and his aunt. Actually, like when Terry comes home.
Um, yeah. So your Aunt Monica runs Betty's Diner, right? If I have recall that correctly, right? Is that
I
what we
mean, she doesn't
decided?
run.
Or
Well, I mean, like if she doesn't run Betty's Diner, then she's like she's like the like um like a long-standing waitress
okay,
slash manager. Yeah, I mean, like
yeah,
either way. I mean, like whatever you think. But I mean, like her health is affected. Like or she tries to hide it. Basically, she's
yeah.
yeah. I mean, like again, as
Um,
you said. I mean, like like the Dellings get the job done, but
sure,
probably
yeah.
to the detriment of their yeah. Damn. God damn. Anyway. Anyway.
So do we like pick up in the house, or like
Yeah.
picking her up at the diner, bringing her home? What do you think?
Yeah, I think I mean, yeah, because I think we're of an age, right? I mean, like where Terry will like, finish what he's doing over at the Dripping Dagger and then like, it's the end of his aunt's shift at Betty's and like, he'll go and pick her up and we're like, we're entering her little bungalow. I think, yeah, like she has a bungalow in maybe in town, outside of town. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Like if we established anything, but yeah, it's a small place. It's good enough for the two of them, and it's cozy, and it feels like home for him. So
Yeah. And I don't think we have established anything about your Aunt Monica. Like, do we see something in the home that really reflects her personality, or what impression do we get out of her kind of immediately?
um well, she does love to cook. That is one thing. I mean, like she has a ton of cookbooks like from different eras and everything like that. I mean, like anything from like Julia Child to like some really out there kind of things that like show like the apple in the pig's mouth to like the weird gelatin molds with like the weird things in the gelatins, like just some weird wackadoodle shit. But I mean, like she makes like some of the best home like homemade things. Like her meatloaf is heavenly. Her like mac and cheese is something like of an art form. And like when she makes just plain like seasoned chicken breast and broccoli, it's something where you actually can taste the things. It's not covered up. It's like it's natural. It's yeah. I mean, it's delicious and it's just amazing. So, I mean, like, even though she's, busy, like, running the place, like running Betty's, for whomever, yeah, I mean, like, she still has time to make decent food for um, her and Terry. I mean, like, and then, of course, like, when she's not, like, over there, then she's, yeah. like she'll make stuff for Jeremiah when he comes over and such. And I think that's on the way home. I think that's what Terry will mention to her. It's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, Jeremiah was told by Coach that he needs to get more protein in his diet. Just to bulk up and stuff. Didn't know if you knew anything about that. You probably could do some powders and stuff, but I mean, I think we learned in health class it's probably better to have regular food.
Yeah, yeah. You don't know what they put into those things.
I mean, you make a damn good roast chicken, so I mean,
Well, we should get him over. I mean, tonight's probably too late, but
well, yeah, but I mean,
uh,
like tomorrow,
yeah,
tomorrow.
I'm on an early shift, not a double one. So yeah, let's set the table for more. More is always better.
Do you mind? I mean, I'm sorry. It gets. I know it gets kind of lonely for him in that big house, and just. I think it's good for him to come over. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, uh, stories we used to tell about that Briarwood house when we were growing up. Ooh, most of it nonsense, obviously. All of it nonsense, I'm sure. But it gives the vibes of a haunted house. That's what it does.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hmm. How are you? How are you doing? I mean, did you go see? Did you go see the doctor? Like, um,
No, we were really busy today, and I said, it'll keep till next week. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Mrs. Allison
Don't
said that.
don't worry yourself about me.
But
I'll be fine.
Aunt Monica, if you don't get checked out, I mean, Mom had that condition. What if you have it too?
Well, then next week I'll go to the doctor and we'll figure it out. If. The big if.
You
I,
promise?
I hope you're not worrying about me now, Terry. You don't have the time to be worrying about me. I'm supposed to be worrying about you.
I just. Mom didn't say anything. And if you don't say anything either, then I just. I don't feel like it's fair.
Okay, okay. And she wipes her hands on a cloth and goes to the wall calendar and writes in doctor's appointment like next Tuesday. Um,
You
I'll
gotta
I'll
call
go
for
next
those things.
Tuesday.
You know that, right? I
Hmm?
mean, you gotta call for those things.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is to remind me to call.
Okay. All right.
And if next Tuesday night I'm standing here and have not gone, then you can, I don't know, point at this as evidence, and you can, you know, give it out to me.
Uh, all right. I'm gonna. I will. I mean, and then like he goes over to her and like he's obviously taller, much taller now than he was. And he's just realizing that because he's taller, how small and frail she looks and older. But he goes over to her and he puts one hand on her shoulder and looks into her eyes and says, "You need to take care of yourself. Please? Please. Auntie, please."
Barry, now you're embarrassing me. I I'll take care of you first. That's what I promised your mother. and and next Tuesday I'll go to the doctor.
Okay. You promise.
I promise.
Okay. And then he'll give her a hug. And then he'll say in her ear, "Thank you. I miss Mom."
I know, honey. I know. I miss her too.
And then he'll go into his room and clean up and get ready for bed and stuff. Do we see
Um,
her do anything? Like, like, of course, like, like it's a show, do we see her do anything when he goes into his room?
um, well, it's probably something like take two chickens out of the freezer, right, to defrost
Exactly.
for tomorrow. You know,
Exactly.
it is. eh, I think it's like this is what I've been planning to do, and now I have to put a second chicken on because that boy Jeremiah eats a lot.
Yeah. True. Very true.
You happy with that?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so will we go back to the library, or maybe the library doors as Kira and Remy get kicked out? What do we think? Or do you want to be pulling your heist to see if you can open that locked door?
Oh, okay. So uh I guess that's the question of whether we just jump to not being able to get in or if we try to do something. So I wasn't sure if a heist would be the way I would approach it. I suspected it would be more like a it would be more asking for help and then that not working, if that makes sense. Or
Yeah,
otherwise being a problem. So
yeah. I mean, I'm happy to frame that however you want, and you can always like tackle it the other way at some later stage.
yeah, I
Um,
yeah.
so I guess the question is Kira asking Dot, or is Remy asking Anne, or what is or are both of these happening because, divide and conquer, or what do you think?
It's up to, I go ahead.
Yeah, so I think if we wanted to resolve that, I mean, it feels like it would resolve it, the concern. I don't know if we want to do that. Um, but with your uh, lawyerish and my tight with Dot, we could probably convince Dot to let us have the keys to that room. I don't have a token to spend to round it up to three.
I like the idea of there being at least one complication from this, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So um
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Um, so let's play that scene because I want to see Kira being tight with Dot. I want to see um, Remy being all lawyerish. Um, so yeah, I think Dot is on the front desk, maybe doing book returns because that is the job that never stops. Um, what do how do you approach in a um, deferential way? Are you just casual but not too casual? Like, what is this approach like?
I think that if it's okay, Kira walks up to Dot and says, Hey, I was trying to get into the back room because some of my index cards slipped underneath the door. Um, can can we have the keys to get in there? I don't know why it's locked. It's never been locked before.
Which um which room is that? There's so many, Kira,
Yeah,
in the library.
behind the study room. Remy, explain to
Oh,
me.
The West study room?
the second floor study room.
The West second floor study room. Oh, that thing? That's never locked. Are you sure it's locked? It might just be stuck.
So should I just like throw my whole shoulder into it, do you think?
Well, Kira, it can't be me. You know, I'm not throwing my shoulder into anything at my age. And
Okay, but
and
it's okay if
and
we just if we break it open, if it's just stuck.
of course not. It's not okay if you break it open. What? You're being very strange, Kira. I mean, stranger
It,
than usual.
well, it's I think we're just trying to figure out how to fix the problem. If it's not locked, then we need to do, it being unopenable is a problem, right?
It's weird.
Uh, it, okay, well, do you want me to try it myself?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
what index card? Okay, well, and she reaches under the desk and pulls out a big ring of keys, and it's like, I mean, at one point when she's leading you up to the west side of the building on the second floor, do you realize if she opens the door, she'll see that there are no index cards there.
Oh well. Uh, there will be index cards there.
Oh, okay. You've
Right.
pre-planned it, huh? Criminal mastermind.
Yeah. She's
Okay.
already shoved a bunch of index cards with taped newspaper articles or
Well, I
Right.
guess the
newspaper
question
pieces
really
on it.
is, have you shared your master plan with Remy? Because maybe Remy is having this moment of
Ooh.
panic.
Well, remember what Remy is worried about is the package that is
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
that door. Um, but the upside of not realizing that anything necessarily criminal was going on is not being that overwhelmingly concerned about the package being discovered. Still a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
nervous, but not like, oh, this is going to be bad. So,
yeah, yeah.
and
So, uh, like she gets to the door and tries it and said, "Oh, it is locked. That's unusual.
Yeah.
When was the last time this has been locked?"
It's very weird. Who would even lock it?
Well, maybe it was Anne, or maybe the caretaker. Who knows?
Don't know, that was so spot on. For Don, sorry, the way you phrased that. The delivery. I don't know. Carry on.
Um, yeah, and the ring of keys comes back out, and it's she has some mnemonic to remember what. There's no labels.
mhm.
There's a no, she's remembering, and she says something like 1761. This one, uh, and who knows how a librarian's mind works, right?
They're
Um,
weird.
they're weird.
Weird
We're
people.
we're weird. Yeah, very weird.
So as a reminder, I think there's at least one complication.
There is a complication. The complication is coming. Don't worry.
Oh, good. Okay. Just, yes. Hmm.
And the
Oh,
door opens very easily. It's not jammed at all. There are index cards, surprisingly, under the door. And inside, there's this heavy table. There's when you stashed the package, all the chairs were on top of the table, in this kind of tidying up sense, but those are all
Hmm.
seated around the table now. There are there's a burnt out candle in the middle of that table. The table is covered with solidified, or melted wax that's now solidified. Um, and where exactly did you put this stash? Was it like on the table in a cupboard? What? Uh,
Uh,
ha-
Probably like on in amongst the on a shelf.
okay,
Like I imagine that there are shelves. I mean, it's a library. Even the
yeah,
storage rooms should have shelves.
they
So,
should.
mhm.
Um, and Dot kind of looks in and goes, hmm. And there's your index cards, Kira. Make sure to close the door after you. We needn't lock it again. And she clanks back down the corridor.
Thanks,
Uh,
Dot.
Okay. Yeah. Um, the to just to ex the detail with the index cards with newspapers on it, that is very much a debate thing. So, and probably this was like an advantage that we didn't actually need because of the off chance you couldn't get it back. There's no way that I
Yeah,
assume
yeah,
Kira
you're
was going to
absolutely
sacrifice
right.
a potential win on the affirmative. Um, so yes. Hmm.
um, so yeah, you reach up to the shelf to get the package, and you have that moment of panic where it's not there, and you like reach further and it's not there, and then when your hand comes away, it's kind of wet. There's something else up there.
Um, I'm I'm gonna take a look.
And I don't know, maybe you like take one of the like drag one of the chairs over to
Yeah.
get to pop a view of it,
Hmm.
and it's like a small bowl, like a dipping bowl or something like this, with liquid in it, just a tiny bit at the bottom, which is maybe it spilled or something.
Hmm.
And it definitely seems like it might be blood.
Okay, so it has that. I have that metallic.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, yes. So does that mean I have blood on my fingers?
You now have a little bit of blood on your fingers.
Just
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Um, so I'm shakily going to try to reach for something to wipe off my fingers. Going, what was going on in here?
Wipe that. Don't wipe that on those. Oh my God, don't wipe it on those notebooks.
Oh no,
What
no,
is
I would
it?
never do that.
Okay, okay. Just a
What's the alternative on Kira's top?
A
Like,
pocket pack of tissues.
Yeah, that does seem like a rummy thing, a pocket pack of tissues, frankly.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
did you say that there's a candle on the table that is burned down?
yeah. So there's basically like the merest, half an inch of an actual candle. The wick is barely there, and then the rest of that wax is spread out uh, across the
But
table.
when we turned it on, the fluorescent lights are working in here normally.
Sure. Yeah.
Is one of them blinking in that kind of Lynchian kind of?
I mean, fluorescent lights are always blinking in that Lynchian
Yes.
way.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I mean, let's say that you're aware of that when it's in in beat in tandem with your heartbeat for what seems like a whole minute before you notice it, and then it just starts blinking normally again.
Remy, what is on your hand?
Um, I think it's blood. It was in the dish up here.
What do you mean? dish. There's a dish of blood
I'm
up there.
gonna very carefully bring it down so it doesn't spill
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
to
it's
the table.
a really uh plain, kind of rough cast piece of pottery. It's very shallow. There's a tiny bit of blood pooling at the bottom of it, but it's obvious at one point it was probably full
Mhm.
of blood.
Actually, looks a little like an inkwell or something.
Um,
I don't know.
what are you? So why are you digging around up there? I I don't understand what.
Oh,
I know you were curious about what's in here. Obviously, some messed up stuff, but
oh, I mean, I just I was doing a friend a favor, and yeah, it's nothing to do with all the creepy stuff in here. Just
you just reached up where there's
well, I left something up in here. That's
a
all.
was it a bowl of blood?
No, no.
But you knew right where you walked in and you went right for the bowl of blood, Remy.
The bowl of blood was where I had left it. I just no, not the bowl of blood though.
Okay.
Kira, how curious are you as to what else is in this strange room? Are you,
Yeah, pretty
yeah.
curious. I mean,
Now you do see on the bottom shelf there is some kind of, like wrapping paper like you might see in a butcher's or a grocer's. Um,
oh, okay. So
I
she
mean,
gets down and looks at, is it like a roll of butcher paper?
it's like a small package, right? And when you open it, there's some mushrooms in here, various mushrooms.
Hey, Remy, um, are these like those
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm probably
amanita?
trying to clean off the blood from my fingers. Yes.
What's the uh are those like the death mushrooms?
Huh?
Do you
What
see these?
mushrooms?
Come here.
Oh, I'm not sure, but I think I remember where a guide to mushrooms is. Does that look
Uh,
like the package that I scroll or I was hiding here, or is
I
that a
mean,
different package?
so I mean, the impression I got from you was that it was just like prescription drugs, right?
Oh yeah,
Um,
okay.
yeah,
I don't know what's in it.
yeah, but in terms of the usual things that
Yeah,
they're,
no, I would be very
yeah,
surprised if like yes, shrooms does not seem to fit this
yeah.
the cadre of
But
rich girls that are
but I think you
yes.
might say, oh, in the dark, this package might have looked like the package you had, and maybe someone picked it up mistakenly and left the other one.
Oh,
Right?
okay. I see. So it's clearly not the package, but it looks a little like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh that's odd. Yes. Let me but I think I remember there being a mushroom guide over on the east side, the natural section or the nature section.
before Remy leaves to go look for this, she puts her hand on Remy's arm and she looks at him and her eyes get wide and she says, "What if they're magic mushrooms?"
I mean,
Oh my God, there's so much. We could
um,
get, oh my God, we could get Jeremiah and Terry to take some.
um,
Can you imagine those
but,
guys tripping? I mean,
I mean, maybe I,
not you. I would certainly not sneak it into something you were drinking.
uh, good. Um, glad to hear that. Yes. Um, I just figure before we jump to any conclusions, maybe we should check.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean,
So,
certainly let's not put them inside of anybody in any way, shape, or form until we check something.
Yeah, okay. You're right. They might be deadly.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
so I think we can cut the scene there. You do your research. They are magic mushrooms.
Okay.
Mystery solved. Um, but let's
Hmm.
let's take our break and then we'll come back and maybe see all four of you at the library with
Hmm.
devious plans and machinations. Um, um, yeah, that is a very comfortable cat. Uh,
Hmm.
Too
Yeah,
damn cute.
his brother doesn't like sitting on my shoulders at all, but he will sit on there for a while. So,
mhm.
and I've got the scrapes on my back to prove it. So,
Oh, yeah.
Aw.
It just makes me think of that cartoon with the little teeny weeny cat on top of the big bulldog. Oh my God.
mhm. Yeah, I mean, he's basically like a pirate's parrot.
That is how my friend's cat got her name Polly, was because all she wanted to do was sit and sit on her shoulder.
Mhm.
Ah, yes. Now, his
Um,
name is Mortimer, but that was originally Morticia when he was a
And
kitten.
then his balls dropped.
Basically, that's exactly what happened.
It's true.
I mean, that's why his brother is named Gomez too. So.
I think Morticia and Gomez.
nice. Peak content right here, folks. Because I had pressed record. Um, yeah, we're happy to continue with the teen timeline, are we?
Yay. I think we're all about to meet up in
Uh,
the library
yeah,
shortly.
let's see people meet up in the library the next day. Um, so yeah, is this a planned meeting or do we just want to have these two groups, uh encounter each other randomly, at table or in the corridors or whatever?
Well, I mean, this is on purpose because, I mean, like, Terry needs Remy to help him with his schoolwork, you know?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So,
So can we get a quick vibe check on that relationship, that dynamic between Terry and Remy? Like, how does this feel with the study buddies thing?
I mean, it's like, I think, I'm not sure like which class it was that started this off, but I mean, I just think that, I mean, again, it was of Terry's just all about trying to get things done and, trying to, do the responsible thing, like bringing in some money, to help his aunt out and everything like that. And really doesn't have a lot of chance or time to really work on schoolwork. So it's not like of great importance to him. And then was just like maybe he saw like how well Remy does and just like, can you help me out, man? I don't get this. I don't understand this at all. I mean, I can't really pay you. I mean, I don't know. Do you want to learn music? I can try to get you into the Dripping Dagger to
Well,
watch a show or two or something. I don't
it
know.
wouldn't surprise me that we probably bonded over because I mean I'm working on that nightclub. Like that's what I'm doing after all the schoolwork is done, is I'm going and helping my dad, who's putting together that nightclub. So, and I'm working on like the sound system and the lighting system for it. So that
Awesome.
side, so like yeah, we actually do have like non-academic stuff to talk about.
Ah,
but
awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
probably also tutoring you in something, but like it's up to you what. But it's like, yeah, we did hit it off.
Okay.
We have common interests
Yeah.
beyond that. And I like you. I know that you're a stand-up guy. So like, I'm yeah, so I mean yeah, I mean and and frankly,
I'm not into
Remy
the
will
tech
help you
stuff. I mean,
out.
I'm the hauler.
Yes.
I'm the
Hmm.
roadie guy. I mean, like, you could explain to me like these sound systems and the board and for the
Hmm.
lighting and the whatever, and I'm just like
Or the
glazed.
or how not to get electrocuted.
Yes. Like if you explain the basic stuff, it's like don't do this. Okay, cool.
Yes.
I won't do it.
I
Whatever.
mean, yeah, a certain number of people do get electrocuted every year trying to operate electric guitars. So
What the hell?
it,
Okay. All
yep.
right.
Hmm. It grounding is it's not always done right,
Okay.
basically. Yeah.
Well,
I
good to
digress.
know.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. They don't teach you that in shop class.
I mean they should, but I mean I guess they just don't like electric guitars in shop class.
No, no, they won't. Yeah, they won't let us play them. I mean, like I have my guitar at home, but I mean, obviously, just I can't really afford to get the really high end stuff. So, yeah, all right.
Yeah. No, there's nothing. I mean, no pun intended, but there's nothing more shocking than talking to an electrician. Um,
And he kind of claps you on the back as we're trying to work on like math homework or something. Oh
yeah, I
man,
think that's it. That I think math homework is probably likely. So
yeah. It's like
Terry does not strike me as a Latin, as taking
no,
Latin elective. So
no, absolutely not. No.
I think when Remy makes that joke, there's a stifled laugh from like the table right next to yours, where Jeremiah has a book open that's like it's like the histories of Silent Falls generations or something like that, and he's got like a pad and he's like looking at the different family trees and things like that.
I think
Yeah.
maybe like like Terry takes a sidelong glance over at the table and like does a little smile, but like he doesn't like acknowledge, but just kind of gets back to like what we're working on. Shit, damn, like 2 more pages to go. Is it ever over?
every problem is another step closer to being solved.
Okay, all right.
Hmm.
I mean, I know it's words. I know it's a word problem. I get it, but I don't get it.
Like just underline the numbers
Okay,
first.
all right.
So figure out what those numbers are. Figure
It
and then you can
it
match them
plugs
up
into
to
the
the
formula. It does.
exactly. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Just un, nobody cares if you underline the numbers in the word problem.
Okay. All right.
Hmm. And if you do that, that'll remind you the important parts.
Okay.
And then, of course, they'll sometimes throw an extra number in just to mess you up.
And he just looks at you like, "What?"
Yeah, I guess the teachers got to get their thrills somehow.
God damn it. And he just grumble, grumble, grumble. Shit. Show your work, my ass. Damn it. And then, like, maybe maybe another hour later, it's like,
Hey,
oh, okay. Can you just check my work? Just
yep.
look at it.
Yeah, I've been
You don't
checking
have to
as
tell
you
me if
do
I'm.
it,
You
but
don't
I'll
have to tell
finish
me
it
I'm
when you're done.
right. I mean, like, I don't need to know. I mean, just I showed my work. It's there.
Yes.
It's all there.
Mhm. Yep. All right. Okay. Do you want did you want to stick around for me to grade it, or do you need to
No, no,
get
no,
to?
no, 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 no. I mean, I'll accept whatever grade they give me. I mean, like, I showed my work. I understand the concept. I
Yeah.
guess.
That
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
ultimately, that's what the teacher cares about. So.
Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm okay with getting whatever grade. I mean, like, so long as it's not a D or whatever, I'm fine. God,
You did the homework.
I
That's
did.
the most important part.
I did the homework.
Hmm.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. You going back to the resort to help your dad?
Yeah, I got to be up there in an hour or two. They're doing most of the work after hours for the restaurant next door.
Oh, the restaurant. What are they doing?
Hmm?
What are they? I mean, are they
I
like
mean,
having a?
they're building the nightclub. It's just
Huh.
they can't do anything loud while there's patron the hotel patrons are at the restaurant.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. I forgot about that.
So
Oh man.
mhm.
Okay. Wish I had more of an interest in, you know, the club stuff, but I mean, music's where it's at for me, I guess. Ugh.
Oh, there will be music there someday, but right now it's the sound system is definitely not set up yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I need live music to get me excited about it. It's just like, if they're just gonna plan on like thinking about having a nightclub, it's not as exciting. I mean, just like having like what is it, just the records or whatever. I mean, so what? You know,
Yeah, I
it's
don't
good
know if they're going
records.
to be doing DJs, but sometimes they. I mean, I don't see them not having something set up for live music. I just have no idea who's going to be planning any of that.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Well,
Um,
maybe I'll be bringing in those people someday. Who knows?
yeah,
So
yep. That for that you don't need to do the trigonometry. You just need to talk to people, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
yeah. No, I mean, it's like just as you say, like talking to people and just finding out where they want to go, right? I mean, like, do they want to play in a small venue? Do they want to play in, like a hop in place? Do they want to play in like, the big stadiums or whatever? I mean, it's kind of like what their sound is made for, Some bands are really good in the big, you know, you know, made for the big places where you have like thousands of people listening to them, and then other places are made for the small, like, gonna be bending over the guitar and just kind of like, singing into a mic, just like one
Mhm.
person and kind of like talking to like a small crowd and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's different experience, different
Oh,
experience.
absolutely.
But
Sounds like it.
yeah,
Hmm. Yep.
we'll see.
So now my dad says that the folks who handle that sort of stuff, they're a special breed. They got to be wired and stay up all night and stuff like that. And just I don't know. I guess they drink a lot of coffee.
Ugh. Uh, I mean, I guess so. I mean, not into doing that just yet, but I mean, like my aunt, like, pours God knows how much of enough of that at the diner.
Hmm.
So, all right. I thank you. Thank you again.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Glad to
head
help.
home and get some dinner with my aunt.
Sounds good.
All
All
right.
right. Hope you have a great time.
Yeah, I will.
Hmm.
Thanks.
I'll
You
see
should come
you.
over. You should come over sometime.
Okay.
She
Um.
makes really great
Yeah. I got.
dessert.
I mean, I don't want to impose, but yeah, sometime.
I,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, if I let her know, like,
Hmm.
the night before, I mean, like, she usually can whip up something really good. So,
Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
sure. All right. Take care, Remy.
You too.
Thanks.
so I wonder, while this is going on, do we see Kira lurking or like bumping into Jeremiah? What do we think? Lurking, I know, I'm
That's very offensive.
stereotypes,
First of all,
stereotypes.
so Jeremiah is there, right? Jeremiah is the
Yeah, he's
runner
at
table
the
working. Yeah.
table.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he's at a table over doing some stuff.
yeah. So I think it makes sense that Kira would show up just
Oh
because.
no.
Oh, we lost Kay. I think they forgot that they had to leave.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
Kira lurking, losing track of Jeremiah, maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey,
oh, wait a minute. We have
wasn't he just here? Um. Oh,
yeah.
He froze up for a second, so I was like, what?
back from the dead.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, he's a table over looking at a couple of like historical texts about the town. He's got like a notepad with like notes just jot down in like every which corner. Like it's not sensical, straightforward notes.
I think that Kira is sitting across from him at the table. Um. And Kay, I know you have to cut out here shortly, so if you don't want to get involved in this, just tell me. But um, she looks over and sees that you're what you're working with, and she says, "What's up with that, Flex?"
That is called this thing called genealogy that I'm looking into,
Hmm, interesting.
kind of.
Like the Briarwoods, Barnes.
Briarwoods, the Barnes, and then also, I mean, like the Hallwells are also there, and like the Dellings and like the Montaneros and a couple other families, but mostly like the Briarwoods and Barnes is who I'm looking at.
She kind of flushes a little bit when you mention the whole wells at all. She kind of like, what's that? Not flush, but
Lush?
yes,
Lushes.
blush. Thank you. Good Lord. Uh, like she doesn't want to, just not want to dwell on that. But she says, are you finding out anything interesting?"
I don't know. Can I see to if I found out anything interesting down there? Like, what do I do I know we're not a roll system, but
Oh yeah, but are you like looking for something specific?
I mean, yeah, obviously he's trying to figure out like who's his possible, family, or like why wouldn't they tell, or just anything kind of about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
So
which women of child
finding,
briarwood age between
yeah.
X year and XYZ.
Um, I mean, to my mind, this seems like if you were accessing birth records, it would be quite easy. But if you're accessing, strange family patterns in town, it might be a little bit
Oh,
more interesting. Um, so yeah,
100%. He can't get it to real record.
yeah. So let's say difficulty two to find out some juicy family history bits and pieces. Um, so yeah, what do you think you're bringing to bear here? I mean, historian seems to be a useful trait, right?
Yeah.
Um, are you getting some help from Kira, maybe? Is
You
that
want
how
to
you
help it?
get to your second point?
I think that Kira would be happy to help, like come around and look at what you're looking at,
Yeah,
but
I think he ruffles her hair and calls her squirt. She comes over.
but I don't know that she has anything that's going to help you here.
I mean, helping is enough to get you an extra.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Obviously, if it makes a lot of sense fictionally, I mean, you're just like looking through library stuff. It's not like you need super skills to notice something if someone already is doing the hard work.
Cool.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I feel like there is so much stuff that I could throw at you here. So let's say, you're looking at the histories in town, and I think based on Lorraine's reaction against the Monteros, Like
Mhm.
you're also looking at them. Maybe that's why she doesn't want you going over there because
Oh,
um, maybe you're not a Briarwood anymore. Maybe
oh,
you're a Montiero.
that's crazy.
Barnes, right? Who knows what's going on? And I think you find this. You know what? This is a callback Mark will recognize. It's a old copies of the Examiner newspaper on microfiche. You've got to operate this arcade machine to flip through articles, and you find an article about Jack Monteiro, who is like um, the kind of guy who started the Monteiro um, fortune and power in town, like 100 years ago in the 1970s. Um, and there's like a caption at the bottom of the picture, saying, Jack Monteiro opening the library after its renovation or whatever it is. And he is not in that photograph at all.
Hmm.
There's no sign of anyone shaking hands with the mayor or whoever it is.
That's weird.
The hell's up with that?
Yeah, you think they'd want like a big picture? Although I guess they had cameras 100 years ago, right?
Sorry, I said like 100 years ago, like you're a teenager and that's how you treat the 1970s. Uh,
So it's from
so
like
yeah,
the
it's
70s.
only
Okay.
like 25 or 30
Oh,
years ago.
okay. Okay. And I
Um,
think that's actually almost perfect. Because he's like, that's weird. Shouldn't there be a picture of
and so it's
Jack?
all yeah, it's like obvious that the mayor or whoever it is shaking hands with someone, just like there's no image for that person in the photograph.
It's really strange.
Huh. Maybe he's a vampire.
That's stupid. Like, don't, like, Kira, don't, like, God,
I'm
please tell me
sorry.
not.
I didn't mean to I was just being goofy.
No, I know, and I know, and like you're like a kid and all that. And he looks at her like as if she's much younger than him when she's not.
Yeah, she kind of
Uh,
does.
yeah, it's just like the tall to short thing, and he's just like, but just like vampires, and like that's just not gonna get me anywhere. But in 1999, cell phones existed, or beepers, or
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
guess
think
cell phones for sure. Like, those the Nokia bricks, you
really
know.
cheap flip phones.
Bricks.
And I think, yeah, I think he has one and he blinks, hey, that's weird, and he'll pick it up. Mr. Montanaro, can I help you? And it's Julian Montanaro calling him, and he's like, you're outside the library. Oh, yeah, I can come meet with you. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, yeah. Is this about the coaches coming? Or okay. Yeah, we could, yeah. Uh, and I think, yeah. Julian Montanaro has shown up, and Jeremiah, of course, is gonna come when called.
Yeah. And I mean, to put this in context, right, I imagine none of the other characters have mobile phones, cell phones, I should say. Uh, s- um, was this like a gift from
Oh,
Julian?
100%. It was like in case your coach needs to reach you, there's events and things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
or God forbid something should happen. You're always going from place to place, and if something were to happen, you were to hurt your arm, like you need to be able to reach someone. And yeah. And
Yeah.
so he's like, shoot, I gotta go outside. Could you? And he looks at Kira for a second. Can I ask you to do something for me? But can you like promise not to just don't look at it, okay? But just and he's gonna like grab a piece of paper and he's gonna scribble a little note, and the note just like hey Terry, I'll meet you at the house tonight. I had to go someone, whatever. And he'll like fold it up in like several ways. He's like, could you just go give this to Terry?
Scout's honor. Oh, hey, tomorrow, picnic. We're going out to the woods, okay? Make yourself available.
Uh, after as long as it's after practice. And he like grabs up the stuff and hey, you can put this away, right? Thanks. Uh rushes off. Yeah, and he rushes out the building and he gets into Julian Montanero's car. And that is where Jeremiah and I will leave you. I can't wait to hear about
Cool.
what else you guys did next week.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thanks, Gabe. Uh, yeah. There's one in every friend group, right? Um, okay. So Kira arrives at the desk where Terry and Remy are working, but maybe they've kind of, oh, I'm heading now, and Kira just arrives, and I don't know, does Kira take it personally? Oh, we were just leaving.
So yeah, Akira's gonna hand over the note to Terry.
Oh, hey. Oh,
Hey,
thanks.
from Flax.
Oh, oh, okay. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yarp.
Yeah, I gotta get going, but um, thanks, and yeah, thanks again, Rem.
Yep. So I don't have to get going. I can hang out with Kara.
Thank you.
Yes.
So what did you two do with the little bowl of blood and the nub of the candle and all of that weird shit? So the mushrooms, obviously, Kira has sequestered. Uh,
I guess the candle, I don't know. Do you think we'd do anything with it, Remy?
Um, I mean, I guess it's that question of I feel like I would have done one of two things. Um, if we feel like cleaning this up and kind of removing the evidence, um, I'm not sure why though. Like I don't know. I guess I would have at least gotten rid of the blood because that's gonna stink up the place. That's just not appropriate in a
That's not
library.
cool. No.
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah. I mean, blood is blood just gets. I mean, when it dries, it can be a mess. It's just that's the whole thing. So like, um, and using the opportunity to see if there's any other place that the missing package might be is probably opportune there. So that's probably my excuse for hanging out in that room a little longer that night. Um, and yeah, um, and just it's something to do while I'm stressing about what Jenny and her buddies are going to say when I
Yeah.
have let them down. You know,
I
I hate to
I
let people down.
I mean, speak of the devil, right?
Oh, damn it.
Uh, Jenny Montiero, and who's obviously just got left here by her father in the car. Um, maybe there's a drive-by sneering as Terry walks past in the corridor. Um, and I think she is with Jeremiah's um, half sister, who was also one of this rich girl criminal cadre. Um, and she gives Terry a sneer also because that's the way they roll. Um, so yeah, they arrive and Jenny says, "Oh, hi, Kira. Kira, all well? Why are you still around here?
What do you mean?
The
Why am I still a
Hallwells.
the fuck's that supposed to mean? And
Yeah.
she steps up.
Oh, oh, excellent. We can get you what? Suspended? Arrested? What do you think?
I feel like I'm gonna sort of, hey, we're all friends here.
Oh, okay. Um, where's our stuff, Remy?
Oh, you know what is the weirdest thing? So I put it in a room, and then the room was locked, and it's never locked. So I don't know what's going on with that. But when we finally got access to the room, the package was missing. It looks like someone may have accidentally taken it. So I'm tracking it down right now. I'm hoping that won't be too much of a problem, but I'm going to do my best. Okay.
You've you've lost you've lost you've lost it. Is that what I understand?
I mean, lost right now, yeah, but I mean, I'm working on it. I,
Oh,
just- I, I know the
and
whole room
Kira,
thing is a little confusing, but it's pretty straightforward, right?
you hit us here? Is that what you're saying? You hit it in the library?
Well, okay, I don't have like that many places I can tuck a package that big. Like, I mean,
Um, Remy, what is she talking about?
oh, she asked me to do her a favor.
Involving a package?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what's in the package, Jenny?
I think you should ask your friend. We're all friends here.
No, I mean, I would never look inside of your package. How should I know what's inside of it?
He wouldn't look inside your package.
Okay. So when you find it, Remy,
Yeah, I'll get
you
it to you.
you you call me.
Sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
You know where I live.
Pretty much, yeah. It's in the phone book, I'm sure.
And she obviously has to stop herself from saying, "You know exactly where I live. Everyone in this town knows exactly where I live."
I
But
mean,
that would be the
I know
look
where
of.
the Montero Resort is. I don't know where in the Montero Resort she lives.
Well, everyone knows the Montero house, but maybe Remy is like,
No, I don't. I don't
okay,
think I've
yeah,
ever had occasion to be there.
that is so Remy. Uh,
Yes.
okay, and keep her out of it. I don't trust her as far as I can smell her. That's, I don't know, far? Not far? I don't know. It's, it's, yeah.
Kira's trying to think of something good to say back
Okay.
and she can't.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, bye, Remy.
Yep. I'll see you later.
See you later. And Jeremiah's older sister says, yeah, bye, Remy.
Have a good night.
God damn. Oh, Remy, that's awesome.
Okay. Um, what, let's, Mads, do we want to give a quick scene for Terry before we close up? What do we
I
think?
don't know what it would be, to be
Okay.
honest. I'm just like, Remy, what did you do? I'm just like, that's what sorry. I mean, like
Uh,
maybe like it would be a short little thing where he like kind of like reads the note and just is like, just like, oh, okay, and then like he just kind of goes home,
okay.
and
Yeah.
like lets his aunt know that like uh Jeremiah will be along, but that's about it. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
That is totally fair. Um, let's pause here. I think
Mhm.
we have a good moment to pause on.
Yep.
I'll stop the recording. We'll do our debrief, and that'll be that.